Hi, my name is Vikas Ananda, and I'm someone who thinks very deeply. I just was reflecting on something I've been very obsessed with throughout my life, which is growth and self development and being a better version of myself. And that is in my name, Vikasa. Vikas, that's what it means. And, I still remember quoting John Lennon when I was younger. What do you want to be when you grow, when you grow up? And I wanted to be happy. And that's what Ananda is. And I've come to realize that is not a goal. That's not a real goal. It's fantasy. You can hope that you are happy, but you cannot have that as a goal. In my own life experiences, I've tried to do a lot of things that makes me happy. Um, it's not something that is going to give you lasting happiness. You might end up taking very short-term decisions, or you might have a lot of things in control in the short term, and you can try to have more happy moments, but are you going to be happy, as in satisfied with yourself in the long term? That is not something that is within your control. What is within your control is the efforts or actions that you do. So if I have to reflect on, the most popular verse from Gita, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturpuma te te sangatsva karmani. So which basically means only the actions are within our control. The fruits of those actions are not ours. So I think that's where it is. If I have to reflect on, all the things that I've tried, some of which with a clear hope that that'll make me happy. The truth of the matter is that is not within my control. That never was. The only thing that was within my control is to find satisfaction in the fact that I've tried, and that is the ultimate learning I've arrived at. From Vikasa, you get Ananda, not as a goal, but just in the process of growth itself, you find happiness. There is no happiness at the end. Like there's no destination you reach where you're finally happy. That is a nice fantasy where I feel like, okay, I have this developmental goal for myself where I will achieve this, and when I have achieved this, I'll be happy. And the thing is, you pretty much never arrive at that destination at all. It's like, you know, it's like this story I read where, you find the farthest wall you can see, and once you reach there, you can see further ahead. That's how that is how our goals for self development is. You always feel like there's something missing. You always feel like you could be better. That's the human nature. So there is never going to be a destination where you're going to be happy. It's just the process itself where you have to find happiness, like satisfaction more. Like I would say, happiness itself is a misunderstood word. I think in 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 this example, I think you can be satisfied, and in as a result, you'll be happy. So yeah, that is my ultimate understanding of life. But I actually believe the whole point of life is to learn something. We are here to learn and keep progressing. I don't know if that makes sense in any way. It might sound a bit philosophical or woo-woo, but I've been doing some reflection and thinking about how often some mistakes have repeated in my life, and I can see a clear pattern where throughout my life, probably this might go back 15 years, as far as I can remember. It might have happened before that as well, but I don't have a clear memory. So there has been multiple problems or struggles or conflicts that I've faced, and every time it looked very, very different from one another. But when I think about it, the root cause of all those problems or issues that I've faced has always been the same. And I won't go into a specific example because it might be very different for you. But it can be anything. It could be, you know, your the way you talk, the way you handle things. If you keep digging deeper and deeper, it always comes down to fear. And what is that you actually fear? And that fear, how is it manifesting in the way you act or behave or take decisions? And that is in turn causing problems in your relationships, in the work you do, or in basically the way you interact with the world. And the way it manifests in terms of the problems might be very different from one another. So in my case, if I reflect, in one instance it might be an issue where I had faced in my school days, something to do with the way I learn. The next time it might have happened with the relationship with my friends, or the next time it might have happened at work, the way I perform, and the next time it might have happened in personal relationships. So it has not manifested in the same way, but at the same time, the root cause has always been the same. It was like life was trying to teach me a lesson, but I didn't, and it had to up the game. It's like, this guy is not going to learn unless he pays a heavy price. So every time the price of that not learning the lesson has gone up and up and up. And I think if you are able to reflect on your problems that you're facing and trying to resolve in your life, I think you'll be able to arrive at that core, the root cause of those problems. And if you're able to identify what that root cause is, I think you will be at a much better place to solve the problem that you're facing. And once you find that problem, and once you find what is the solution and you start working towards it, that's where Vikasa is, the growth. Once you start working towards that growth, I think you'll be able to find satisfaction in that process itself, and you will start noticing the difference in your life. At least that has been the case in my life. Of course, there's not just one lesson, there's multiple lessons. So I wish life was that simple and easy, but it's not. But it is the thing. If you keep doing it, this is what they say, right? If you give yourself some time, just time to learn and keep going ahead. It's not like the life is easier now than before. I don't think that's the point of life at all, to make things easier. It's just how you respond to certain things that happen in your life. I think that is what matters. I don't actually believe that we can change certain things, what happens to us. The external factors is not within our control. But what is within our control is how we respond to it. And I think that has changed for me. And I think I'm slowly able to find strength in who I am. And that is helping me find peace in my life. So yeah, I do believe that you find satisfaction or happiness or whatever you call it through continuous effort to grow and learn from the mistakes you make. And like I said, I think life is all about how you respond to the problems you face and not the problems itself. Success is not a great indicator of your life. I think the failures are. How you responded to it has been defining. And the failures are very clear indicators of the areas that need growth as well. So I think at some point we need to start embracing failures and the value it adds to our life. So next time you fail, don't consider it as bad luck. Consider it as something that is an opportunity for lesson. I know it would have been much easier if that was not the case, but this is what it is. We cannot change what we cannot change. We can only work with what we have and the cards we've been dealt with. So good luck, and hope you find peace through strength, happiness through growth. See you.